There's been a lot of discussion ahead of Lok Sabha elections over the Kachchatheevu island to Sri Lanka. Gwadar port has now become a latest flashpoint in upcoming Lok Sabha elections too. This is a prized Pakistani port city of Gwadar. It was actually a little sleepy town of fishermen and traders until the Chinese blessed it. But the interesting fact is, Gwadar was not always with Pakistan. It was in fact under Omani rule for almost 200 years and even until the 1950s, late 1950s. But it ended up in Pakistan possession in about 1958. We're getting reports and details that Gwadar port was actually offered by Oman to India, which the Indian government, then under Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, had declined. The hammer-shaped fishing village now houses Pakistan's third largest port. The story of Gwadar changing hands multiple times has now also raised questions. What if Prime Minister Nehru had accepted it and Gwadar port, such a prized possession, would have been in India's territory?
In my long years of service, and I'm not saying that it's impossible, but I have not come across any such kind of conversation, speculation anywhere so far, and I don't even know if there is any documentary evidence of such a thing have happened. And therefore, I think before we really give credence to a story like this, more research must be done in our archives to see what the truth behind the whole story is.
Today, Gwadar port is the third largest port of Pakistan. Gwadar port is epicenter of Chinese activity. It is because of Gwadar port that China has come very close to Pakistan. All these things wouldn't have happened if Gwadar port was in our hand. And just imagine what the price Pakistan paid, just 3 million pounds. I fail to understand that how a person who is Prime Minister of a country can be so short-sighted.
So the focus again comes on Prime Minister Nehru's those initial decisions that could have actually changed the fate for India. And considering the prospects now the Gwadar port has for Pakistan, why possibly could have Prime Minister Nehru declined to take the Gwadar port? According to reports surfacing, that Nehru thought that this could alienate Pakistan further as and when that division, that partition had happened of India. Prime Minister Nehru, according to these reports, wanted to then eventually have friendly ties with Pakistan after the war and did not want this Gwadar port deal to happen that happened in the late 1950s. Nehru thought buying the Gwadar port, which is basically in Balochistan, could provoke Pakistan further against India. Now, then intelligence chief had advised caution as well on this issue. Remember that Balochistan doesn't officially, while it is officially in Pakistan, it was actually annexed by Pakistan. Baloch are fighting for independence presently against Pakistan right now. But in the 1950s, all of this under a deal that was eventually bought by Pakistan could have actually been in India's territory. It was offered by Oman. This could become a huge political showdown coming in the next few days.